Okay, let's go through the answers for Zhenghua secondary paper. We hope that you have finished your work before you view this video. Okay, so question number 1, which of the following is an input device? So if you want to enter data into the computer, you would use the keyboard. So the best answer for this would be keyboard. Question number 2, which of the following is used to measure computer storage capacity? So whenever you store your files in the local disk or a thumb drive, you will be using the space that is measured in gigabytes. Okay, so question number 2 is A, gigabyte. Number 3, graphic printed on a piece of paper. So if you have printed your pictures on paper, it will be made up of dots, not pixels. Pixels is only for when you view the graphics on the screen. Okay, so this only on screen. These two will be unit of measurement. Okay, for storage. Just like question number 2, gigabyte. Okay, so question number 3 is C. Question number 4, which of the following is a media element in a multimedia presentation? So remember, we asked you to remember the acronym GAS TV. Okay, so text will be T. So question number 4 is D. It's a media element. Number 5, which of the following statement is true? So it is about body text and heading text. Okay, heading text should always be bigger than body text, so A will be out. Okay, and B is possible. Okay, so we let it stay. Body text should be the same size. It is not recommended to be the same size. Word art should be used for body text, so not possible. Body text should be simple. Word art is for the title, so B is the answer. Okay, so number 5 is B. Number 6, which of the following describes a video file with high frame rate correctly? So if it's high frame rate, it means that the video will be very smooth, but it will take up a lot of storage space. Okay, so slowly, this one is wrong. Okay, B, the motion is not smooth, is wrong. The size of the video is small, it's not small, it's going to take up a lot of space, so D is the answer. So question number 6 is D. Okay, so now we are at question number 7. What effect does file compression have on a file? So if you are going to zip a few files together and produce a zip file, then it's supposed to reduce the total size of all the files inside. Okay, so the file size should become smaller. That's why you compress file. Okay, so question 7 is D. Question number 8, which of the following file extensions support transparency? Again, this is taught in the Inkscape drawing. Okay, so we teach you that for PNG, the background will be transparent. Okay, so question number 8 is C, PNG. And question number 9 now, which of the following is a secondary storage media? Okay, secondary, we're going to cross out everything that is primary. So RAM and ROM are the two primary storage media. So we are going to select either A or D. A is not possible. This is on the motherboard. And it is not considered a storage media. Okay, CPU is like the brain of the computer. It actually controls a lot of operations in the computer. Okay, so thumb drive would be a secondary storage. So number 9 is D. Number 10, part of an animation screen is shown below. So which of the following shows the appropriate position of the sprites? Okay, so since this is positive x, okay, negative x, positive y, negative y, and this is the point of origin that you learn in mathematics. Okay, so we are having this, okay, we are actually looking at this part. So this part will have the positive x and negative y. Okay, so the best answer for this question would be positive x and negative y, so B. So number 10, the answer is B. Number 11, what has been done to get object B from object A? First of all, we can see that it was a plain white object. Then it became dotted, so there must be a pattern field, and after which it has been slanted. So in this topic for MEL, okay, we don't say slant, but we say skew. So A is the answer. So number 11 is A. Number 12, what is the wrapping style of the image? So you can see that the words have moved out from the picture, move away from the picture, and it's not going near to it, and it seems like, okay, definitely it's not behind the text, it's not in front of the text. Okay, so the picture is creating a squarish effect around it, so it is C. Okay, so number 12 is C. Number 13, what effect has been applied to picture A in order to obtain picture B? As you can see, this part is no longer around in picture B, so there is cropping. Okay, so since there's only one answer for every option, B will be the best answer. So number 13 is B. Number 14, the figure below shows part of a script used in Scratch. So you have when green flag is clicked forever, so keep doing this, keep checking for this. So the Scratch program will check if the space bar has been pressed. If it is pressed, immediately move the sprite 10 steps. Okay, so what did Jasper do? He clicked on the green flag and he pressed the space bar twice. So if it's twice, so there will be adding of 10 steps and another 10 steps. And then you press down arrow key once. Okay, this one, okay, nothing will happen because no instruction on the code says anything for arrow down button. Okay, so in total, the sprite would have moved 10 plus 10 will be 20. So the sprite will have moved 20 steps. Okay, so question number 14 is C. Question number 15, which of the following is the symbol for a decision in a flowchart? This is also knowledge question. Immediately you should know is C. Okay. So number 15 is C. Number 16, we can change the look of a sprite by changing its costume. What will be the final costume when the following sprite is run? So first you have, okay, there are 3 costumes. The penguin standing straight up, then the penguin moving to its left, and penguin moving to its right. Okay, so this is penguin 1, 2, 3. So they want the final costume when the script is run, so you have to read the script. Switch costume the number 1 first, so at this point it is costume number 1. You wait 0.5 seconds, next costume, by default it will just skip to the next one, so this is costume number 2. You wait another 0.5 seconds and repeat 3 times of switch costume to 3. So once you say 3, immediately it must move to 3, okay? So wait and then next costume. After 3, it will go back automatically to 1. So since you repeat 3 times of this, okay, it will be like this. So 1 time, okay, second time will be 3 first, then 1, and the third time 3, then 1. So 1 is actually considered the final result of this repeat loop. Okay, so after which, once you come out of this repeat loop, you are actually number 1, and the next costume will make you go to 2. Okay, so the final answer is penguin 2. Okay, got it? So 16 is penguin 2, C. Number 17, the figure below shows part of a script used in Scratch. So you have to read again. When green flag is clicked, switch the costume to fighting fish. So this fighting fish. Then you point in 30 degrees direction, and after which you go to this position B. Okay, repeat until you touch fish 2. So move 10 steps, keep moving 10 steps until, and you wait 0.05 seconds, and if you touch the edge of the screen, you must bounce. Okay, so which setting needs to be changed if the sprite is to start at a different position? So if you want it to start from a different position, it must be B. Okay, because they say start, so we are not considering this as the start. This is not the start. Okay, so this is not the start. So this one is the starting. This is like the settings that start of this animation. Okay, so if you want at the start to a different position, it will be the one that is the go-to. Okay, so B, the numbers in B should be changed. So question number 17 is B. Next, refer to the spreadsheet to answer 18 to 20. Okay, it shows the calculation of the money collected from the sales of recycled items gathered during a values in action project. So items collected by students, different levels. The items are paper, plastic, and clothing. Okay, so there's the set 1, set 2, and total. The prices of the donation drive per kg is this. Okay, amount of money collected based on every level is tabulated, and the total collected by set 1 and set 2 lower set is 272.94. So for question number 18, it asks, a formula can be entered in D13 to calculate the total amount of money collected by the set 1 and set 2. So D13 would be this. So what is this formula? Okay, this formula would be equal sum. Okay, if you want a formula, if we will use equal sum and must add these 3 numbers together, and these 3 numbers are inside the cells D10 until D12. Okay, which means that it will cover D10, D11, D12. But we cannot write it this way. We must write D10 to D12 using the colon sign. Okay, so this answer would be D10 to D12. So C is the answer. Question number 19, which is the best formula to be entered in cell B12? So B12 is this. Okay, and it is the total money collected by set 1s for clothing. Clothing per kg is 50 cents. Okay, so set 1s collected 206 kg of clothing. So you must be multiplying these 2 cells together. So it should be equals to B6 times G6. Okay, G6. So let's see if there's such an option. Equals B6 times G6. So number 19, D is the best formula. Question number 20. Which cell value is or are affected if the paper price in cell G4 is decreased to 4 cents? So G4 is here. Okay, if this price is changed to 0.04, okay, and reduced already, so which cells will be affected. So in this case, the cells affected are those that are linked by formula to it. Okay, so for paper, I would think that you have to look for everything that is for paper. So this is for paper, this is for paper, and it has been multiplied to it. Okay, so the cells that will change will also be the one that is total of set 1 and 2 for paper, and the entire total collection by secondary, lower secondary will also change. So the cells that's affected is B10, C10, D10, and D13. Okay, so let's take a look which is the best answer. B10 and C10 only. Yes, this is part of our answer. D10 also part of our answer. D13 also part of our answer. So actually it's all of the above. So number 20 is D. Okay. So I've completed going through the first section, which is for MCQ. Now the next thing to look at would be section B, the short structured questions. Okay, question number 21. Circle the correct answer for each of the statement below. The internet is a global computer network, is true. The URL, which stands for Uniform Resource Locator, is the address of a particular document in the World Wide Web. Okay, you may not have remembered, but URL points to a website. But a website is like a document that you read on the internet. Okay, so this is still okay. So the entire sentence is true. Part C, a search engine allows us to search for information using web pages. So it does not allow us to search for information using web pages. You should be keying in keywords in order to search. So it is false. Part D, a video file can be included as an attachment. So yes, we can attach a video into our email and send to others. Okay. Question number 22. 5 features used to produce this picture of clouds, a crescent moon, a castle, and a house with a flag on top. Okay, so the best 5 would be the ellipse tool, which is for the crescent moon, the polygon for this triangle, gradient fill, as you can see, it is purple and it became slowly faded off and now it became pink. Okay, so it's a gradient fill. Next will be difference. Okay, how do you know there's a difference? You see the holes is there were 3 rectangles being cut out. Okay, from a big rectangle. So difference, and finally there is the union. Union you can see is for the clouds. Okay, many circles came together and they were joined together with one parameter remaining to become a cloud. Okay, so these are the 5 answers. Question number 23 now. Okay, the spreadsheet shows the items collected by students during a beach cleanup activity. So let's see. Okay, so it is collecting paper, plastic, metal, and it is a measurement by kg. There's the minimum, maximum. There's a set 1 to set 4. There's a total of every level, and there's an average. Okay, average. This average is very likely the average of this. Okay, regardless of the type of material. Okay, and the total is also the total of this, regardless of the type of material. Okay, so let's see the items collected in the chart is shown this way. So name the element A. A is the legend. Okay, it shows what each color represents. Okay, on your paper it does not look like that it is printed in black and white, but you should know that by now that when it is on its side or up top or bottom, when it's represented by small little squares like this, okay, it represents a different item. Okay, part B, what formula could you put in cell D9 to find the average weight of items collected by the secondary 3 students? So in D9, the formula can be, okay, it's the average of this, D4 to D6. So equal average. So for average, you must spell out D4 to D8. Sorry, may not be D8, D6. Okay. Or since there's a formula for the total, okay, so since there's this formula for the total, okay, so you can also use total divided by 3. D8 divided by 3. Okay, so divide cannot be written this way. You must write from left to right. Okay. And for divide, it's a slash on the keyboard. Okay, next, part C. Write down the range of cells that were selected to create the chart. So, as you can see, okay, there's the set 1 to set 4 and the different materials. And you realize that there's no total, then there's no average. So, the best answer would be, it is to use this, okay, which are the cells from A3 to E6. Okay. Okay, next, name the type of chart shown. It is a column chart. This is called a column chart. Okay, so column chart for part D. Okay, we are done with this question. Let's move on to question number 24. Modify each shape using the name vector graphics drawing tool. So the first one has been done. This is a difference. Okay, so when we duplicate, we want the exact same size. So try your best to give to the teacher the same size rectangle. Okay, sorry, I'm not using a ruler, so I try my best to draw straight lines. Okay, so draw two similar rectangles to show how after duplication of a rectangle how you look like. Okay, so flip vertical, this is easy. We draw this, turn over a paper if you need to, if not it will look this way. Okay, next, rotate 90 degrees clockwise means turning this way, so it will go this way by 90 degrees. Okay, so it should look like that. Next, resize. So resize can be bigger or smaller, so this answer will be for smaller, or you can make a really much bigger one. Okay, now it looks like the same size. If it looks like the same size, we will not mark you correct. Okay, so I rather, because of the space constraint, I rather you draw a smaller one. Okay, next, question number 25. Write down a similarity between a footer and a footnote. Okay, the similar thing is that a lot of us tend to mix them up and think that they are the same thing, okay, because they appear at the bottom of the page. However, if you want to know more details, the difference is that the footer will be even lower than the footnote. Okay, so part B, write down a difference between a footer and a footnote. So for footer, all the information in the footer appears on every page. However, okay, so every page of the document, but for the footnote, only appears on the page where the selected word or phrase is. Okay, so footnote is an explanation of a word or a phrase in the document. So if it only appears on that page, which is where it is being selected, a footnote will only appear on that page. Okay, so this is the answer for part B. Question number 26. Match each of the feature with its description correctly. So page border, this should be easy for most of you. Page border is added to documents to make it look interesting, because sometimes you can use a box page border with art effect. Okay, so this is linked together. Operating system will be able to support a computer's basic functions. Okay, without it, we will not have a computer that works. Okay, so interface is how we interact with the computer. So interface is linked to this. Secondary storage, for example, your thumb drive, external hard disk, okay, will be a non-volatile memory because it is permanent. Okay, for random access memory, it is our working memory. If you do not save your work, okay, it will be lost. All the data in the RAM, random access memory, will be gone when you switch off the computer. Okay, so it is a volatile memory. Okay, and finally, a processor is a hardware that will execute a program. Okay, so question number 26 is done. Let's move on to 27. The following describes an animation. Car appears at a location. Car moves towards a man. When the car hits the man, a sound is played. Car moves towards the edge and disappears. Okay, so pick and arrange scripts from the following list such that the above animation can be created. So write down the letters that will create this animation in this sequence. Okay, car appears at the location, so it is C. Okay, now because it is an animation, you must always allow the user to click the green flag to start off the animation. So this is not yet car appears at the location, but by default it must be done first. Okay, alright, so let's now go through the answers. Okay, okay, so let's go with question number 2, the step number 2. So we choose go to. Next, once it goes to, then you show. So either you do the show first, or you go to, or you go first, then you show. It doesn't matter. Okay, so this is interchangeable. Next, B would be to repeat the moving, okay, until it gets the computer to check whether it touches the man. So touching man means whether it hits the man, okay. So this script is for the car, so whether the car hits the man. So B, after which play sound, okay. So once it hits, okay, it will get out of this loop, okay. Once it hits the man, it will get out of the loop and it will play the sound. Okay, so play sound, so E, and H would be it will check, the computer will check whether the car touches the edge. Okay, so if it touches the edge, it will disappear. So disappear will be hide. Okay, so H then A. Alright, so this is for number 27. Number 28 will be for multimedia presentation. Okay, this slide is about our local dish, mee rebus. Okay, so part A, name the element A. So name the element A. A is the action buttons. Okay, what it does, it will help you to go to previous. Why previous? Because of this button, or next slide. Okay, next one is used to create the title shown at B. At B will be a word art, and name the feature of C. C will be bullets. Okay, so word art for B. Okay, word art is spelled this way. It is one word, and this is bullets. Okay, part C. So we are done with this question. We are now at the last question, number 29. Choose the most appropriate word from the box to fill in each blank. Vector graphics are created using nodes and paths. Okay, while raster graphics are made up of individual colored pixels. Okay, when a raster graphic is enlarged, it may lose quality, while vector graphics remain sharp even when enlarged. Okay, so I always tell students vector starts with V. Okay, is very good. Even though enlarged, the quality stays the same. Okay, so that's all for this video. We have finished going through the answers for Zhenghua paper. Thank you for watching.